Philip Chism's movements in and out of Danvers High School on October 22nd.
Okay.
So, as you can see, I put up a chart, and at 3:07, he left the bathroom, correct?
That's correct.
And at 3:08, he left the school.
Yes.
At 3:10, he entered the school.
Yes.
At 3:10 to 3:11, he entered and left Colleen Ritzer's classroom.
That's correct.
At 3:16, he entered and left the second floor bathroom with the bin.
Correct.
And at 3:23, he left the school with the bin.
Correct.
At 4 o'clock, he re-entered the school.
Yes.
And, let's see what the next one is. At 4:04, he enters and leaves the second floor girls' bathroom, and that would be after he had already gone in with the bin and come out, correct?
That's correct.
At 4:06, he leaves the school.
Correct.
At 4:23, he runs into Kevin Hebert.
Correct.
At 4:26, he enters the field house.
That's correct.
At 4:30, he goes to the third floor of the school.
Correct.
And the field house and the school are connected. He didn't need to go outside.
That's correct.
And at 4:30, he leaves the school.
That's correct.
Thank you. Can I have a minute to speak to you?
Sure.
Sure.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, sometimes the attorneys just ask for a moment to speak to each other, because sometimes just taking a minute to speak to each other allows us to be able to resolve things over there rather than over here. Okay.
Mr. Google has told me I made a mistake, so I'm going to correct it. At 3:16 is when he enters the bathroom, and I believe it's at 3:21 that he leaves the bathroom with the bin.
With the he's in there for 6 minutes.
Okay, all right, sorry about that. Now, I'm going to go through a series of photographs with you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's see. I'm asking you to look at this photograph, and this is on the, this is a photograph, let's see, let me rephrase this. I'm going to ask you if I'm correct in what this is. This is a picture of Philip Chism after he re-entered the school for the first time, walking down the first floor hallway.
That's correct.
And this is before he takes the bin into the bathroom.
That is correct, yes.
And this is a fair and accurate representation of how he appeared in the video, this video clip.
Yes.
I would move to introduce this into evidence.
Muted.
Everyone else there?
I'm all set.
Now, I'd ask you to look at this and tell me if I state this correctly. This is a still from the video of Philip Chism going up the staircase prior to entering Miss Ritzer's classroom.
That is correct.
I would move to admit this into evidence.
Admitted.
Figure 107.
May I push the witness?
Sure.
I'm showing you Exhibit 107 and 106 to take a look at these. And what I just showed you were the two photographs I had just displayed, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And in neither of those photographs, in both those photographs, Philip Chism was doing nothing to hide his face, correct?
He was not.
I'm going to state and ask you if this is what this photo is. This is a still from the video of Philip Chism going up the stairs in the school, correct?
Yes.
And this occurs prior to him getting the bin, correct?
That's correct.
But after he had been in Miss Ritzer's classroom, correct?
That is correct.
And he has on a, how would you describe what he has on?
He's wearing a balaclava on his head, a white t-shirt and blue jeans. He's carrying a red zip-up sweatshirt.
I would move to introduce this photo into evidence.
Admitted.
Figure 108.
Now I'll state what I believe this to be. This is a photo from a still from the video. It's on the first floor, and it is Philip Chism prior to going into the bathroom with the bins, correct?
No, ma'am.
Second floor?
He's on the second floor, correct.
This is the second floor. Is that Colleen Ritzer's classroom?
Yes, it is.
So this is Philip Chism running on the second floor hallway by Colleen Chism's classroom, correct?
That's correct.
And this occurred after he had been in the classroom and taken the bags, but before he went in the bathroom with the bin.
That is correct.
I'd move to admit this into evidence.
Admitted.
Figure 109.
Now this, I'll tell you what I think this is, and you tell me if I'm right. This is a photo of Philip Chism in the second floor stairwell of the middle staircase.
That's correct.
And this is very close to the second floor girls' room, correct?
Yes, it is.
And this is after Philip Chism has been in the classroom and gotten the bags, correct?
That is correct.
But before he entered the bathroom with the bin.
That's correct.
And in fact, at this time, he doesn't appear to have the bin with him, correct?
He does not.
Okay, I'd move to admit this photograph into evidence.
Admitted.
Figure 110.
Now, in that photograph I just showed you, Philip Chism's head and face appeared to be exposed, correct?
That's correct.
And that photograph was subsequent to when we saw him wearing the ski mask type thing, right?
That is correct.
So I'll tell you what I think this is. You tell me if I'm right. This is a still taken of Philip Chism in the hallway of the school prior to getting the bin.
That is correct.
And is this? Do you know if this is the first or second floor?
That is the second floor, walking back in the opposite direction, just about to pass Miss Ritzer's classroom.
I move to introduce this into evidence.
Admitted.
Exhibit 111.
Now, tell me if I'm right. This is a still of Philip Chism, taken from the video, of him on the first floor with the bin, correct?
That is correct.
And he would be headed toward the elevator, correct?
That is correct.
And his face is exposed.
Yes, it is.
He has nothing on his head.
He does not.
I move to introduce this photograph into evidence.
Admitted.
Exhibit 112.
So tell me if I'm right. This is a still from the video of Philip Chism entering the second floor bathroom with the bin.
That is correct.
And Philip Chism has no covering on his head or face, as you can see, as much as you can see.
He has the balaclava around his neck area, but not covering his full head.
Okay, thank you. I move to introduce this into evidence.
No objection.
Admitted.
Exhibit 113.
Now, tell me if I'm right. This is a still from a video of Philip Chism taking the barrel out of the second floor bathroom.
That is correct.
And he has the ski mask. I can never say that word. Will you say it?
Balaclava?
Balaclava. He has the balaclava on, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd move to introduce this into evidence.
Objection.
Admitted.
Exhibit 114.
Now, tell me if I'm right. This is a still of the video of Philip Chism with the barrel at the top of the middle staircase near the bathroom, correct?
That is correct.
And he is wearing the balaclava
Balaclava, close, ma'am.
on his face, and it is now covering the bottom part of his face.
Yes, ma'am. Apparently from his nose down.
I'd move this into evidence.
No objection.
Admitted.
Exhibit 115.
still from a video taken immediately after Mr. Chism left the school with the recycle bin, correct?
That is correct.
I don't know if you can see from there, but his face is exposed here, and he has the hat on his head, correct?
Correct.
I'd move to admit this into evidence.
Admitted.
116.
Now, I'd have to just take a good look at this. Look at the time. There's the picture. Now, this is a photograph of Philip Chism 35 minutes after he had left the school with the bin about.
That's correct.
And he has just entered the school, correct?
Yes.
And do you know what floor this is on?
That is the second floor, stairwell 2.
So this photograph is taken of Philip Chism very close to the girls' bathroom, correct?
That is correct.
And in this photograph, Philip Chism has the hat on, correct?
That's correct.
And he has eyeglasses on, correct?
Yes.
And his face is exposed but for the eyeglasses.
Yes, it is.
And there is quite a bit of blood on his jeans.
Yes, there is.
I'd move to admit this into evidence.
No objection.
Admitted.
117, so marked.
So I'd ask you to take a good look at this. This is a photograph that was this is a still from the video taken at approximately the same time as the photo we just looked at, correct?
It's correct.
And this shows Philip Chism from the neck down at this time, correct?
It does.
And what you can see is that there is quite a bit of blood on his jeans.
That's correct.
There may be blood on his hands.
Yes, ma'am.
And he's barefoot, correct?
He is.
And this was right outside the second floor girls' bathroom.
Correct.
I need to introduce this into evidence.
No objection.
Admitted.
118.
Now, tell me if I'm wrong, but this is a still from a video of Philip Chism. And this is not long after the prior photographs, correct?
That's correct.
And what happened was, before this photograph, Philip went to the third floor boys' room, correct?
He did.
And he changed his clothes.
Yes.
correct? And then, where is this photo taken?
That appears to be the second floor, stairwell 2.
And his face is fully exposed.
Yes.
I'd move to introduce this into evidence.
No objection.
Admitted.
119.
Now, that photograph we just saw of Philip Chism in the second floor stairwell of the middle staircase, that was Philip Chism on his way to enter the girls' room for the third time, correct?
That's correct.
And this is a still from the video of Philip Chism entering the second floor girls' room for the third time, correct?
Yes, it is.
Move to introduce into evidence.
No objection.
Needed.
120.
Now, after he entered the second floor girls' room for the third time, and he left the second floor girls' room, he left the building, correct?
He did.
And sometime later, he entered the field house, correct?
Yes, he did.
I'd ask you to look at this and tell me if I'm right. This is a still of the video of Philip Chism walking around the field house at approximately 4:24.
He's walking down the hallway that leads to the rear boys' locker room entrance.
Is it in the field house?
It's outside of the field house, then he goes through the locker room to get into the actual field house.
Oh, okay, all right. So, let's see. But the field house and the school are connected to each other.
Yes, ma'am, they are, yes.
And so it appears from the videos that you've testified about already, he enters the field house, correct?
Yes,
And he walks around parts of the field house.
and when he's actually in the field house itself, he exits the locker room door and then walks from the locker room door to the exit doors of the field house and then walks back down the hallway.
But at one point, he's in the gym, right? Or in a...
That is, the gym is the field house.
Oh, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, where is this photo taken?
So this would be, if there's the gym, the actual field house,
Yeah.
the next set of rooms would be the coaches' offices and the locker rooms.
Yeah.
And then the next set of rooms would be this hallway.
Okay. And that's where he is
Yes,
now, at 4:24.
that's correct.
I'd move to introduce this into evidence.
No objection.
And in this photograph, he doesn't appear to be wearing any head or face covering.
No.
Room 121.
Is this a still from the video of Philip Chism on the third floor of the school just before he leaves Danvers High School for the last time?
Yes, it is.
And this is at approximately 4:30 in the afternoon?
That's correct.
And after this photo is taken, he goes to the staircase 3 and goes down the stairs and appears out the door?
Yes, he does.
And in this photo, he has no face covering or head covering.
That's correct.
Move to admit this into evidence.
No objection.
Needed.
Exhibit 122.
Is this a still from the video of Philip Chism leaving Colleen Ritzer's classroom with a number of bags?
Yes, it is.
I'd move to admit this photograph into evidence.
No.
Admitted.
One 23.
Now, to the best of your knowledge, there was a camera that filmed people in the hallway outside near the second floor bathroom, correct?
That's correct.
And there also was a camera that filmed people at the top of the staircase near the second floor bathroom, correct?
That's correct.
You have not seen video of people that walked in that hallway while Colleen Ritzer and Philip Chism were together in that bathroom, correct?
Other than these clips here, no, I haven't seen anything else.
So you have not interviewed or talked to any people that may have walked by the bathroom while Philip Chism and Colleen Ritzer were in the bathroom, correct?
I have not.
If I could have a moment.
Sure.
Thank you very much. I'm all set. Thank you.
Any corrections?
Yes.
Sure.